Alright, so my friends, welcome! Set review, March of the Machine, complete set review. Every single card, constructed and limited. We did white, blue, black, red, green, and holy shit, we did multicolor. Oh my god, what a headache. You missed out on go watch it on YouTube. Now we're doing Colorless. We get a little bit of a breather here with Colorless before we get to the battle section, which is going to be insane. So, doing Colorless, like, comment, subscribe. Hit all the buttons, please. Support your content creator. And we're going to start off here. This is a quick one. There are not many Colorless cards in the set. Flywheel Racer. 2 mana for a vehicle. It is a vigilance vehicle. It's a 3/2. It taps to add 1 mana of any color, but only if it's a creature. And it is crew 1. Which is a really interesting card, honestly. This is a very, very unique card. We've got, you know, decently sized, cheap crew cost. And it's a mana fixer, but only if you crew it with something else, which is kind of cool. So, kind of a cool card, honestly. I think this card's pretty good. I think this card, I'm no Bombin Common, but I think this card's definitely good. It's a good fixer. I think you want this card specifically if you are either playing 1/1s, like, or you are trying to mana fix. But kind of a cool one. Definitely cool art, too. Very, like, getting away from the machines or whatever. But yeah, so kind of a cool card. Cool draft card. It's like a string drum that can attack. Yeah, for sure. Up next is Halo Hopper. There aren't any cards in this. There's 10 unique cards in this section. So Halo Hopper is going to be our sleeper card for limited. I think this card is pretty good, honestly. It's cheap. It's often going to cost 2. So you can just like play a creature, play this immediately. It's good with token makers. It's just like fine. Just like a solid card. Pretty easy to play. It's cheap enough that like you just play it really, really cheaply as far as tempo goes. Again, there are not many cards in this section, so this is not exactly a glowing review or whatever. Not a constructed card, but I think as far as a draft goes, because they're mostly commons here anyway, this is the sleeper card for sure. Is this card good in modern? No. This is a good in draft. That's it. Just good in draft. Kite Sail returns. 2 mana for an equipment. Plus almost so, and flying, equip. This is like your pretty standard like equipment for draft deck that needs to, you know, evasively close the game. Not very exciting overall. Hold on a second. Brendan thinks this is a top 5 constructed card for the entire set. Brendan Candio, former teammate of mine, good friend of mine, great Magic player. All right, I'm gonna put that into the record. You are now on the record, Brendan, as top 5 constructed card in the set. And I love synergy cards and I love Convoke, so I would be happy to see that. But moving on. Kite Sail. Yeah, we got that. Phyrexian Archivist, 6 mana for a 4/5 reach. 2 mana, put a card in the bottom. This is your we see these cards all the time, honestly. Just like, all right, yeah, big artifacts, this slow deck in draft, yada, yada, yada. Not very exciting. Realm Breaker. The Invasion Tree. I don't know. There's no cards in this section. They're 3 mana artifacts. Pay 2. Opponent mills 3 cards. Put a land card in the graveyard on the battlefield tapped under your control, so you should get a land. So it's 3 mana to mill them and get a land from them, so you can ramp off of it. 10 mana sacrifice to get some Praetors. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, honestly. There's just no freaking... There's a rare, a mythic, and all commons in this section. So, there you go. Seems pretty cool if you're like in a mid-rangey kind of matchup. Ramps you... I don't know. What do you want from me? I got this. There's nothing in the section, honestly. Serious Surveyor is a good draft card. Very good drafts. We've seen this card before. It's a reprint. Sword of Once and Future. Yeah, I'm doing it, folks. It's a trap. The year is 2023. And swords are no longer good anymore. They honestly haven't been good for like a decade. But people think that they are because they are delusional. I don't know what to tell you. Sword of Once and Future is the blue-black sword. I believe this is the last remaining sword. They now printed all of them, I think, right? This is a 3 mana equipment, +2/+2, pro-blue, pro-black. Whenever the equipped creature does combat damage to a player, surveil 2, then you may cast an instant or sorcery card of mana value 2 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost, and then exile it. This is terrible. Like, what deck are you playing this card in that you're also playing a bunch of instant sorceries and you also care about your graveyard? And then you also need to, like, put this on a creature successfully and hit your opponent with it, too. Like, this is not what Magic's about these days. You know, like, I think all of the swords, if they all cost 2 and equip for 2, now we're at the rate of modern day Magic, and they still might not be that good. At 3 mana, like, just totally unplayable. Obviously great and limited, fun in more casual formats, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just 5 mana to get blown out. Like just not a card you can play at all. So not very good. Yeah, that's all I got for you. That's just not. These cards are going to see 0 play. Like actual 0 play. Except in draft, open and draft and do a great job. But moving on to Urn of Godfire. 1 mana for an artifact, 2 mana to filter mana, and then 6 mana to sack and destroy something. Weird limited card if you're desperate for a removal spell or a fixer, but pretty bad overall, honestly. Not very exciting. And then we come to Bloodfell Caves. Bombin Common. Share by 10. The dual lands here are going to be very, very important. Blossoming Sands, Bloodfell Caves. We've seen these cards before, obviously. These are user reprints. But the important thing here is that we just saw how many absurd multicolored cards there are in this set. And you need to cast them in your draft decks. And you will do that by drafting these pretty highly, honestly. So, dual lands, very important for limited. Take them. Do the thing. You know what they do. They gain life. I don't need to explain them to you, honestly. They just do what they do. And Trent Cove, cool art on these too. Look at that art. Pretty awesome art. Windscarred Crag. And yeah, so best in show. I'm not even going to take ownership of this best in show thing. Like, it's just like, well, this card sucks. Whatever. There's just nothing to choose from. Hail Opera's our sleeper card. And the Swords Trap card. That's it. Real fast section there. Getting a breather because we're going to go on to our next section, which is going to be the battle section. The most important section there is. Brand new card type. I even had to make a freaking a separate scene for it. All right, so you don't got to turn your head sideways. That's coming up next. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go.